With this video, I'm going to give you the vocabulary and pronunciation for Kapitel 7 Wortschatz, Chapter 7 Vocabulary. Our main question is, Wo wohnst du lieber? In der Stadt oder auf dem Land? So that question is asking, where do you prefer to live? In the city or in the country? So last chapter, we did a lot of preference work, and so we talked about all the different ways that you could express preference. And so we're going to use some of those again, and I'm going to teach you a new one. And so one way to express preference, auf Deutsch, is just to use the verb to prefer. So that verb is vorziehen. And it's a regular verb, but it is separable. So when you conjugate it, that for has to go to the end. So if you want to say, I prefer life in the city, you'd say, Ich ziehe Leben in der Stadt vor. Or if you wanted to ask somebody, what do you prefer? You'd say, Was ziehst du vor? And then you give them the two choices. And so these choices could be, Was ziehst du vor? Leben in der Stadt oder Leben auf dem Land. Or they could be, Was ziehst du vor? Bananen oder Orangen. So you can use this verb for anything. One thing that we're going to get into is comparative adjectives. So here's a couple to get us started, but then we will do some notes on these a little bit later. So besser als is better than. Schlechter als is worse than. Älter als is older than. Größer als is bigger than. Jünger als is younger than. And then if you wanted to make an equal comparison, so nett wie is as nice as, or you could say so groß wie, as big as. And so with the next few slides, they're going to be locations, and so they can be plugged into these two sentences. So ich wohne lieber would be I prefer to live, or ich ziehe Leben, Punkt, 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 for I prefer life in this location. And so these are our locations. So we'll do a Hörzu und wiederhole. In einer Großstadt. That is in a big city. So it's all one word, Großstadt. Notice the S for groß and then the S for Stadt. So if you wanted to say, I prefer to live in a big city, you'd say, Ich wohne lieber in einer Großstadt. Or ich ziehe Leben in einer Großstadt vor. I prefer life in a big city. In einer Kleinstadt. That's in a small city. So those same sentences you can use. Ich wohne lieber in einer Kleinstadt, or ich ziehe Leben in einer Kleinstadt vor. Or you can use any of the past preferences. Ich finde Leben in einer Kleinstadt besser, or Leben in einer Kleinstadt gefällt mir besser. You have lots of options here. In einem Vorort. That's in a suburb. And if you want to be specific, you'd say in einem Vorort von Chicago, for in a suburb of a certain city. So one thing I hope you're paying attention to are those endings on the ein word. Remember, anything following in, as long as there's no movement, is going to be Merman. So in der Stadt, but here in einem Vorort. In einem Dorf. That is in a village, which is a word we don't really use so much in the United States for our, city life, country life, but Germans use it a lot. So it's a really, really small town. In einem Dorf. Auf dem Land. We know this one already. On the land or in the country. Auf einem Bauernhof. That is on a farm. In den Bergen. In the mountains. So lots of these should be very familiar to you. An einem See. On a lake. An einem Fluss. On a river. Auf einer Insel. On an island. So I hope you're also paying attention to, in addition to our Merman endings, we have those in, on, and auf words. Remember, this is auf because we're on top of the island. If we're on a body of water, like a river or a lake or a beach, we're going to say on, and then in is for everything else. All right, so then these would be some reasons why you might choose to live in a certain place or not live in a certain place. And so if somebody asks you, warum ziehst du Leben in der Großstadt vor? Why do you prefer life in a big city? These could be your answers. So remember, es gibt is there is. So all of these can start with es gibt. Viel los means a lot going on. So you could say es gibt viel los. And then, of course, you could use the opposite for auf dem Land gibt es nicht viel los. Weniger Menschen, fewer people. So you would say es gibt weniger Menschen. Mehr Menschen, that's more people. So you would say in der Stadt gibt es mehr Menschen. Weniger Geschäfte, fewer stores. So auf dem Land gibt es weniger Geschäfte. Mehr Geschäfte, that's more stores. So in der Stadt gibt es mehr Geschäfte. Öffentliche Verkehrsmittel. I'll do that one more time. Öffentliche Verkehrsmittel. That's public transportation. So you could say, in der Stadt gibt es öffentliche Verkehrsmittel. Die Wohnung is the apartment. Mehr Wohnungen is more apartments. So in der Stadt gibt es mehr Wohnungen. Auf dem Land gibt es weniger Wohnungen. Die Umgebung is the surroundings or the area. So schöne Umgebung is nice surroundings. Es gibt auf dem Land eine schöne Umgebung. Der Verkehr is the traffic. Zu viel Verkehr is too much traffic. So in der Stadt gibt es zu viel Verkehr. Der Lärm is the noise. Zu viel Lärm is too much noise. But maybe you like a lot of noise. So you could say, es gibt nicht genug Lärm. Not enough noise. Die Luft is the air. Saubere Luft is clean air. So es gibt auf dem Land saubere Luft. Das Leben is the life. Ein gutes Leben is a good life. All right, now we're going to learn some adjectives. So sauber is clean and schmutzig is dirty. Ruhig is quiet. Laut is loud. Friedlich means peaceful. Gemütlich is cozy. Hell means bright or light. Und zuletzt, sicher is safe or secure. Remember, it can also mean sure, but in this case, sicher can mean safe. Gefährlich is dangerous. So that concludes the first section of vocabulary for Chapter 7. There is a Quizlet for your studying that I will link, and then a quizzes to practice.